Hello, the van is right there. We just arrived at the Bryce Canyon National Park and we are at the campground in the park. So this is the North Campground and we are lucky because it's not peak season, so there's a lot of spots open. Like basically half of the campsite is open, so that's a nice thing. We're gonna spend the night here and then do some hikes and some exploring tomorrow, and probably after that we're gonna head to Zion. You happy to be in Bryce?
Mm-hmm. I have internet.
I see what's the most important thing for Steve.
Oh, there's a tree there. That's nice.
Look at all this nature. I mean, forget the nature. I have internet.
Yeah. Look at this. I can go on it. The YouTube now.
I know.
YouTube.
How would you
I sound old.
do
I can
YouTube?
go on the interweb, kid.
How would you ever survive without watching your either Pawn Stars or what's the other guy? Cletus
Cletus McFarlane?
yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know. I just die.
Yep.
Pretty straightforward.
But forget you. We are making something yummy. So this is actually, thanks Craig. This is our friend Craig recommended this yogi chai mix to us, and it's delicious. So the way I make it, I mix the original vanilla almond milk with the unsweetened almond milk. So it's just not too sweet, but a little bit, it gives you a little bit sweetness. So 1 to 2 spoons of the yogi chai, and it's yum.
So good at it.
You want some too?
Yes.
Got to the trail, but apparently we don't have a proper shoes. I mean, we could probably do it in sneakers, but just to be safe, we're gonna go back and change into our hiking boots. Okay, here's proper shoes. Sun's out. Let's go. That's where the fun begins. That's all the switchbacks right there. Buckle up. You ready? To the, what is it, Sunset Point?
Yep.
I'm not out of breath. Are you out of breath?
It's perfectly fine. We didn't run up it at all.
We totally did. No. But it's a really nice. It's pretty short. What is it, 3 miles loop? 3 mile loop?
I don't even think it's that much.
Yeah. But pretty steep on the last part where all the switchbacks start. It's time for breakfast.
Oh.
We almost had a disaster happen.
Yeah.
So there we were at the best restaurant in town called Subway, and we almost lost our stool because someone left it at the campsite.
But don't look at me. I didn't take it out.
Okay, I took it out.
Yeah, you took it out.
And I forgot.
And we both forgot.
Yes. But we got it. We just pulled up to the camp host and we're like, you guys happen to find a wooden stool? And they were like, yep. So all is good. Now we can eat the fancy food.
Fancy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Also, we are leaving Bryce and we are heading to Zion next. Good morning. We spent last night right outside of Zion National Park, and today the plan is to head to the park. I think the first stop would be the visitor center because we want to ask about the possible hikes we can do there. So there's two hikes I really want to do, which is the Narrows and then Angel's Landing. So for the Narrows, I think we missed our window because you have to go in the water hiking through the canyon. That might be a little bit too cold to do that hike right now, but we'll ask. We'll see what the ranger is gonna say about that. And then the second hike is Angel's Landing, which Steve is afraid of heights, and that is a pretty strenuous extreme hike from what I've been reading, and it's not recommended for people who are afraid of heights. So we'll see what they say. I'm sure if we can do those two hikes, I'm sure there are some other beautiful hikes we can do in the park, and probably gonna spend a day or two there. And then from there, we're gonna slowly start heading home. Campground's full. Okay, we're not doing that, I guess.
There's that.
Cool.
And maps.
Yeah, we'll
Please,
take a map.
yeah.
All right, here's the map guide. This your center's 12 miles. If there's no parking there, you can always park in Springdale and shuttle your way back in.
Great. Thanks.
This is the hike we just did, Watchman Trail, and the trail info said that the hike takes about 2.5 hours. And not to show off too much, but it took us 1 hour and 10 minutes. That's pretty good. So I guess that tells you that whenever you find information about the trails and how long it takes, you also have to take into consideration you know, your ability to hike and what shape you're in and all that stuff. So yeah, that was a pretty easy, steep, but pretty easy hike for us to do. So we spent most of our day today exploring Zion, and we did a little hike, and then we also went to the visitor center to talk to the rangers about possibly doing 2 hikes I mentioned earlier, which is either the Narrows or the Angel's Landing hike. So as far as the Angel's Landing, it actually surprised me when we talked to this young girl who was a ranger, and she said that in her opinion, this hike is unnecessarily dangerous and she wouldn't recommend for us to do it. So with Steve having a legit fear of heights and with her saying it, I think we're gonna either pass on it or we're gonna skip it for now and leave it for some other trip that we make up to the park. And then as far as the Narrows, we actually went to this place called Zion Outfitter, and you can rent basically a full gear. So the water temperature is right now is pretty cold. So to keep yourself warm, you can rent waterproof pants and then neoprene socks and then boots to keep your feet warm. And they give you different options as far as the pricing. There's like 3 different packages you can choose from. So there's different options. You just have to decide how comfortable you are getting in the water, I guess, in a cold river. And then you can decide from there which package works for you, which is pretty cool. So we are considering doing this hike tomorrow. We're still gonna sleep on it, maybe talk about it a little bit later tonight, but we're thinking about it. Like, I did talk to Steve, and he mentioned how that doing this hike in the summer is way more fun because it's warm outside, and you're already warm when you hike, and then you can just jump in the river and kind of cool off, and it's pretty nice. Whereas right now it's just gonna be a little more colder. But we're already here, and it is an experience. Like I said, once we do it, we'll come back sometime in the summer, do this hike in the warmer months, and have a comparison to see which one, which one is more fun, which one works better for us. So that's definitely an option for tomorrow. And if not, there's so many other things you can do. You can choose from different hikes around the park, or you can rent bicycles or e-bikes and explore park this way. So I think whatever we choose to do tomorrow, that's going to be our last big adventure before we start heading home. Because right now we are spending the night in Virgin, Utah, which is right outside of the park. And once we're done exploring Zion, from there, we're just gonna start heading home. We're gonna hit St. George. From St. George, we'll head to Las Vegas, and then from Las Vegas, it's probably a 6-hour drive to San Diego. So, like I said, this will be our last big adventure, I guess you can call it. And yeah, we'll let you know what we decide to do tomorrow. Steve made some friends. Maybe I'll be able to show you. They are parked over here. And they have an ambulance.
A cool one.
It's the coolest ambulance, converted ambulance probably that we've seen so far. Beside the one we did, obviously. Wow. Duh. But what's their Instagram? Rambulance. So, yeah. We're gonna make some cookies. And we're gonna go say hi.
Yep.
Okay, let's see how these cookies come out. I usually make like cookies from scratch, but I saw this premix in Whole Foods, and it's gluten-free and it's vegan and keto friendly, I guess. So we'll see how they come out. We're tasting the cookies before we take it to our new friends.
I think they're pretty good.
Yeah. Let me see.
This little mat you got them on works really well for making cookies.
The baking mat, yeah. The sunset is pretty too. We got cookies. And because our neighbors / our new friends are pretty far back there. I'm catching a ride. That'll be interesting. We are doing the Narrows today, has been decided. So first thing we need to do is rent our gear. Alright, we're gonna try our stuff first. We're gonna make sure the socks, the neoprene socks and the shoes and everything fits. And then we're good to go. Okay, we got pants, we got shoes, we got the waivers done. Just gotta pay. We look completely ridiculous. But hey, adventure.
For generations of Native people and pioneers, Zion National Park is a place for you and future generations to make lasting memories.
Begins. This is where you go from the trail into the water. This is so crazy. I love this place. I mean, how can the view is amazing. The canyon. That's Steve. And because we are doing it this time of the year, there's actually not that many people, surprisingly. It's still busy, but like right now we are at the spot of the canyon and no one's here. Taking a little break to enjoy our almond butter and jelly sandwiches. And just look at the view. That's all? You can go deeper than that. Take your pants. Ooh. Almost.
Squeezed all the air out of them.
Cheers to a awesome hike and a successful road trip. A month on the road. Yeah, it's actually more than a month. It's like a month and a week.
Yeah. 5 weeks at least.
Did it.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Went by in a minute.
Yeah, like we've done so much stuff, but it went by pretty fast.
Very fast.
Until Polska represent. Till next time.